Well, hello everyone and welcome out. Jose Cuervo Pro Beach Volleyball Series 2012 Florida Open right here from Fort Lauderdale. It has been an enormous day. We've seen women's and men's semifinals and of course the women's championship round, and it is all built to this point. The men's championship alongside Matt Romanowski and Alex Curry. I'm Luke Van Valen. We'll be letting you know what's going out throughout the day. And right now we'd like to throw down to things on the court with Alex Curry and Matt Romanowski.
Thanks, Luke. Well, things are actually panning out as we expected, as the #1 and #2 seed are taking it on in the championship game, but it is hot. Matt, you haven't spent very much time down here on the court side. What do you think of the conditions?
Well, I can tell you, when I first got out here to announce, I didn't have my flip-flops on, and the sand is absolutely scorching. But I'm going to suck it up, flip-flops off. We're going to rock and roll here, but this should be a great match. Again, the #1, #2 seeds, Hyden and Scott, Keenan and Mayer, and it always is a fantastic match when these two guys face off, and it's going to be great. The Fort Lauderdale crowd has been fantastic. Haven't you guys? Let me hear you make a little noise. Great job. And we're excited to be here. We're going to pass it back up to Luke, the man, the myth, the legend himself.
Well, thank you very much, Matt and Alex. You guys are looking spectacular down there on the court. As you mentioned, extremely hot, and we are in steady preparation. The two teams preparing out there on the court, a little bit of practice, just warming things back up as we move second by second closer to the men's championship game here at the Florida Open. And the crowd around the court beginning to build on a hot day, and just generally spectacular conditions. It's been a huge 3-day tournament leading up to this point. Of course, on Friday, we saw some of the qualifiers on the men's side of things. A lot of guys moving into those positions to get into the spot they want to be, which moves on to potentially this match right here. And as you mentioned, Sean Scott and John Hyden will be coming up, and John Mayer and Brad Keenan will be battling against them. And, well, it's certainly shaping up to be something unreal. And from up here in the tower, we're just holding it down. A lot of folks over in the VIP zone, sun bearing down, a little bit of wind as it's moving hard from south to north up here. And we're just getting moment by moment closer to the introductions of our athletes out there. And of course, at the moment they are ready, we will fire things down to my boy, Matt Romanowski, who will be letting us know exactly who, where, what, how, and how it's going to go down. That's just a promise. That's just what's coming your way, folks. We'd like to thank all of our line judges out there, all of our head judges, our referees, and generally everybody who's just throwing it down. And here's a look, folks. Competition format, $11,000 for first place, $7,500 for second. Now remember, rally scoring throughout the entire tournament. That means every time the ball is served, a point will be received by one side or the other. Games are played to 21 points, the first 2 games, that is. And once we get to the 3rd game, if it's pushed that far, a rally scoring game to 15 points will be the result. Best of 3 games, that's the program, and that's how we roll. And right now, folks, I want to send it down to my boy, Matt Romanowski. Matt, who do we got?
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, it's Jose Cuervo Pro Beach Volleyball Series Florida Open. Are you ready? Oh, here we go, ladies and gentlemen, the showman. First time with the San Diego National Champion of Pep 9000, California. Put your hands together for the high fly, Johnny! And his partner, ladies and gentlemen, 4-time All-American College National Player of the Year out of Pepperdine, Westminster, California, Brad
Hey, thank you very much, Matt. Well, definitely a lot of energy down there on the court. And folks, we are ready for game number 1. Here's set to serve John Hyden out of San Diego State, 0-0 on the board. And big high-flying ball right there flies just a bit long. That one beyond the belt. One on the board for team of John Mayer and Brad Keenan. A couple of cats out of Pepperdine. 1-0, John Mayer set to serve. Oh, throwing up an enormous block right there, but the audible smack from the hand of Sean Scott. Sending that ball beyond the net and beyond the block, just a bit inside. So Sean Scott set to serve. That's going to be 1-1 on the board. Oh, Johnny Mayer with a great big hit, reaching high. Firing that ball at a bit of a downward angle, catching the net. It's going to be 2-1. And right there, the ref letting the man know. Brad Keenan sending it just a little bit long, so back to Sean Scott. He will serve Game 1 men's championship action right here at the Florida Open. If you're just joining us here or online, welcome. 3-1. Wow, huge high hit right there from the man, Brad Keenan. 4-time All-American, or out of Westminster, California. Big hit right there, 2-3. Nice big hit. And of course, I'm joined back up here in the booth by the man, Matt Romanowski. Matt, great big high hit once again for the hand of Sean Scott. He and John Hyden doing big things already here in game number 1.
Starting off on the good side. Again, Hyden Scott with a 4-2 lead. Johnny Hyden, 2-time Olympian, MVP of the U.S. national team. Back to serve. Johnny Mayer.
And Johnny Mayer with a nice big hit right there on the side change. 3 looking at 4.
No one. Shoot.
5-3 on the board, Sean Scott. 2004 God of the Beach. Stepping back to serve. Oh, Sean Scott. Big ripper across court with the wind behind him. Just unleashing for the ace. 6-3 on the board. The first ace of this match for any player.
And that ball flies off the tape and long off the hand of Sean Scott. So here's Brad Keenan set to fire. Well, Brad Keenan has met Sean Scott and John Hyden, formerly in the championship back in Manhattan Beach. And here he is in a similar circumstance. Two-time Olympian John Hyden to serve.
Both Hyden and Scott serving off really aggressive on both sides of the net. Serving them well, 7-5 with the lead. And Johnny Mayer serving into the win. Young man out of Pepperdine.
With that big left hand coming up and firing, unfortunately catching a bit of the net right there. It's going to make things 8-5 as Sean Scott steps back. And side change underway for these guys as they make their way to the other side. What do you think so far? Game 1, Fort Lauderdale. And one of the titans of sports set to serve. 9-5. Hyden accepting a hard-angled set right there. Moving from the center down the line, getting a hand on it, beautifully executed. And 10-5 to Sean Scott. And let's take a look back at that last point. Here again is Sean Scott tossing the ball up very nicely. Big old right-handed smack. All right, folks, we're taking a quick break right here on the timeout. We'd like to throw to a quick soundbite of our friends John Mayer and Brad Keenan talking a little bit about team unity. What's it like playing together? Check this out.
My partner's John Mayer. This is our first year back together after playing together 6 years ago. Brad and I first played in 2006. This was actually our first event in Fort Lauderdale in 2006. And we played in the qualifier and lost in the round to get in. And that was kind of his entry into beach volleyball. And then we played about a year, year and a half, worked out some kinks, learned as we went, and then both of us improved a lot, and some higher ranked veteran players wanted to play with us, so we separated. And then for about 4 or 5 years, we played with different partners. And I think every offseason I was like, Brad, let's get back together, let's do it, let's play. And then finally this offseason I talked him into it, and we're back.
Well, welcome back here, folks. The team's back up on the court, and we are actually joined up here in the booth by some Miami Dolphins players. We'll get a little bit of what's going on with them in a moment. But right now, it looks like Sean Scott ready to fire in here. Championship action continues. Sean Scott set to fire 11-5. And that's going to make things 12-5 right there. Sean Scott, John Hyden really firing in a big way so far. Here's Scott to serve again. A hard hammer right there from Brad Keenan. What do you think, Matt? Non-stop mayhem, no question about that. Big things coming your way, folks. As the day transpires, more features and opportunities to win. A nice touch right there from the man out of San Diego State, John Hyden. Nice touch right there. Rolling shot back court. And Hyden now steps back to serve. big, powerful hit right there, tooled off the block of Sean Scott, out of bounds, good for the point, 7-13. As we prepare to see that big left hand of John Mayer.
Nice high looping shot over the block, lands in for the point. And we've got a timeout, or a little break, sorry, as we switch sides. And I'm gonna pass the headset over.
Absolutely. Well, as I mentioned, we've got some Miami Dolphins players up here just hanging out. We got Derek Dennis in the house. Derek, what's going down?
I'm doing good, man. How you doing?
Oh, real good, real good. So you guys just hanging out at the beach here today? Did you know that there was going to be a big non-stop volleyball madness tournament going on, or what?
Actually, no. This is a big surprise, man. We just came here to hang out and have a good time, man. It's a good idea to come down and get to watch some good sports, man. You get to see that every day.
Heck yeah, I like your style. Well, you guys enjoying what you're seeing here? Of course, you know, you've certainly got incredible size. And what position do you play?
I play offensive line.
Offensive line, right on. Well, what do you think about the beach volleyball? You seeing what's going on out here? What do you think?
Hey, I got a lot of respect for what these guys do out here and what's going on. This is a great environment, a great atmosphere. There's a lot of fans. It's just beautiful to see this, man. You don't get to see stuff like this all the time.
Absolutely. What's it like to just be cruising around here in South Florida, just keeping it real? What are you guys doing up this far north? Just hanging?
Hanging out, man. We got the weekend off. We had a hard first week of OTAs. You know, Coach gave us the weekend to relax and, you know, get our bodies together. So we just enjoying the sights and the sounds and the atmosphere that Florida has to offer us.
Beautiful. God, I love it. Well, once again, folks, this is Derek Dennis up here from the Miami Dolphins. Derek, true pleasure to be here, and maybe we'll get to hear from a couple of you other gents in moments only, but it looks like these athletes are getting back out onto the court, so we're going to continue some of the action taking place right here in men's championship. Right here, all part of the Jose Cuervo Pro Beach Volleyball Series. Thanks a lot, Derek. You, sir, are the man. Real pleasure. Well, certainly a pleasure there to have some other athletes of sport here in Florida. Sean Scott. Nice big left-handed hit right there from John Mayer. That flies off the block and out of bounds. 8-14. Serve, unfortunately, making contact with the net right there off the hand of Brad Keenan. So John Hyden to serve.
It's a nice hit around the block, scoring the .915 here in game number one. Johnny Mayer out of Pepperdine. He'll step back to serve the big lefty. Brad Keenan with the block. 10-15 on the scoreboard. Again, Johnny Mayer, Thousand Oaks, California, got his first win in San Diego in 2009. Jump floaty into the wind. Using it for his advantage on the good side. 11-15 on the board. How we doing out there, Fort Lauderdale? You guys are awesome. High jump floaty. Luke sails just a bit long.
Just a bit on that long side indeed. Well said. Here's a look at Sean Scott stepping back into the launch pad yet again, leading right now by 5. 16-11. Beautiful touch right there from Johnny Mayer, placing that ball just over. A very capable block thrown up consistently by Sean Scott. Big things out there. And here's Brad Keenan. creeping back, 12-16.
Johnny Mayer's swing sails just a bit long. 18-12 here in game number 1. If you're just joining us online, playing a biz 2 out of 3 to 21. If we get to a third game, that'll be to 15. Rowley scoring on every point. Johnny Hyden, bat to serve. Johnny Hyden with the shovel.
Indeed.
Outstanding defensive effort by Hyden. Keenan picking it up and ripping it cross court on the line for the point. 13-18. Again, Johnny Mayer will step back to serve. The national champion out of Pepperdine.
That ball flying wide off the hand of Sean Scott, so Johnny Mayer set to fire. Oh, Brad Keenan getting a hand on it right there, but not enough. Sean Scott able to fire that one just outside enough. That's good for the point. That's going to be 19-14, regaining that 5-point differential. And out of University of Hawaii, here he is, Sean Scott.
Sean Scott with block. First block for a point this game. We'll check out the replay on the big booth. Sean Scott holding. Jumping into the angle shot for the block.
And the tomahawk set right there going up, maybe a little bit tight. Coming in with a heavy block right there, and these cats are wrapped up, folks. That's game number 1. It goes to Sean Scott and John Hyden. Round of applause out there, Florida. Let them hear ya.
And we'll take a look at the replay at game point. The little tomahawk set. Bradley Keenan and Mayer up. And just catching the top of the tape, scoring the last point for Hyden and Scott. We slide off the court. Game number 1 goes to Hyden and Scott. And looking at the stats for game 1, Sean Scott, 2 aces, a block, 5 kills. Johnny Hyden with 3 kills. Brad Keenan, 5 kills and block. Johnny Mayer, 3 kills.
Well, big stuff out there throughout the game, folks. Don't forget your photos could end up here. Follow us on Instagram for all you folks located right here in the place. One person, or group, I should say, that we'd like to thank is certainly Paul Mitchell and their new product, Mitch. It's just kind of hairstyling and hair care for a new generation. I mean, I'm just feeling the flow out here. Of course, they've been on site throughout the entire weekend, giving cash for haircuts on to a spectacular charity, a very philanthropic organization, and a bundle of peeps who really enjoy action sports. It's a beautiful thing, and of course, we're very happy to have them here.
Paul Mitchell's fantastic,
And with that being said, of course, we'd like to go down to a little Paul Mitchell feature. And if my lady is down there, Alex Curry, what do we got?
All right, guys, we have the Paul Mitchell hair cam. It's kind of like the Kiss Cam, but for your hair. It's all going to be based on audience participation. So if you think you have the best hair, stand up. If you think you have the best hair, stand up right now. All right, and Luke, up in the booth, is going to be our judge.
Okay. Okay, player. Look at this gentleman. Just looking solid. I dig the visor, cut fresh, and a lack of hair on the left. Hey, count it. That's fine. I like your style. There you are, sir. You see yourself? You're holding it down. Yes, you look confused. I got you on camera right here. And, of course, the beautiful lady to your left. Hey, look at this gentleman. He's got a righteous curl going on. It looks like in order to break through that impermeable forest, you might need a machete and a chainsaw. Unbelievable. Look at that guy. And the young man out there holding it down, keeping the crew cut real. He's like, are they talking about me? Are they talking about me? Is he? I'm just going to scratch my stomach. I'm going to scratch my stomach. Hey, look at this gentleman. He's throwing it down. He's feeling very, very good. Look at him. You know what? I would embrace the salt and pepper as well. Beautiful. Hey, Alex, what do you got going?
Well, the winner is going to get this Paul Mitchell gift bag. So do we have a top two people we should cheer between?
Yes.
All
Yes,
right.
we do.
Let's see the first one.
The first one is my guy with the serious curls and the beard. Where's he? Where's he?
All
He
right.
needs to come right back
Curls
up.
and beard, everyone cheer if you think he has the best hair. No?
Oh,
All
wow.
right, who's our next guy? That was
Hey, well, I think that my guy with the salt and pepper going on, the last man that we saw on camera, I'm liking his style, keeping it super
Can
real.
we
What do you
hear it?
think?
all right.
Nice.
Looks like he's the winner.
It just looks like he's ridden in a, I don't know, a convertible Mercedes his entire life with the top down. Just partying. Back to the action here, folks. John Hyden set to serve. 0-0, game 2.
No. Hyden shot, catching the antenna, scoring a point for, Mayer's shot, catching the antenna, scoring a point for Hyden. Scott, thank you, Johnny.
Oh, beautiful touch right there from the hand of Brad Keenan. Definitely a stellar player at the net, folks. No shortage of accolades. Nice touch right there. You know, sometimes it's serious power, and the other times it's a touch of finesse. Really doing the job out there. That was Sean Scott. He's back to serve 2-1. Game 2.
Oh, Sean Scott. Talk about spalding abuse, just absolutely crushing that jump serve down the line for the point. And for Sean Scott's third ace of this match.
And some brief court maintenance. Here's Scott. Oh, heavy hit right there for Brad Keenan. If you had to simulate immersion into his mind, would you say he was going to fire it off the block or just a big heavy hit back court?
Big swing just sailed a tad long, but going for it on two is Brad. It's a good, smart play. 4-1 on the board. Sean Scott again bat to serve.
John Scott fires long. It's going to make things 2-4. Here's Brad Keenan. Former National Player of the Year back in 2002.
Esser finding the net, scored a point as we switch sides. Hyden and Scott with the advantage. 5-2 here in game 2. If you're just joining us online, ladies and gentlemen, the Jose Cuervo Pro Beach Volleyball Series Florida Open. We're live at the men's final. Here in game number 2, Johnny Hyden back to serve. Oh, John Hyden, that's outstanding. Low passing set, the quickie out to Hyden. Shooting it out to the corner, Hyden and tapping it down the line for the point, 6-2.
Oh, nice looking left-hander right there from John Mayer, smacking that ball down the line, pushing it all the way through the block right there, and of course a difficult block certainly to penetrate right there, but making it happen. This is going to be 3-6, John Mayer.
Sean Scott stepping back to serve, 7-3.
Nice big smack right there from Brad Keenan. Big old quick snappy right hand brings that ball straight to the sand. Nicely done, 4-7 on the board. Here's Brad Keenan. Okay. Now, you and I, we both went over to the Cuervo area, 40 miles an hour. I would say that one was right there in the ballpark of 1,000 miles an hour.
Sean Scott, great pass off a tough serve. Rip it in the corner for the point.
Back and forth they go. Big hits on both sides.
Both teams exchanging punches here. Game number 2. Johnny Mayer stepping back to serve. 5-8. Nice little cut shot picked up by Johnny Mayer. Bradley Keenan, the rollie. Out of the way. 6-8 on the board. What are we thinking, Fort Lauderdale? Take a look at that replay. Brad Keenan. Wow, the no-looker. The no-look cutty, Bradley.
Certainly the appropriate hit in that circumstance, finding a very small gap. And here comes John Mayer to serve the 18 panel. Hard smack right there. Brad Keenan throwing up the block, but of that, useful for the opposition as a tool. 9-6, folks. Championship game 2. And some solid defense right there, getting that ball up. But a little bit of trouble getting it back over the net right there. Point to the opposition. That's going to make things 7-9. Here's Brad Keenan, 4-time All-American. Ready to fire, and no shortage of talent out here. Of course, we'd like to say what up to all the gents representing the Miami Dolphins down there. Half those guys look like they go hunting for buffalo with a fly swatter. Goodness.
Johnny Hyden Getting off the sand, hanging, nice little roll shot over the defender. Over the blocker, away from the defender for the point. And John Hyden back to serve. 10-7. Sean Scott.
And we're going to take a quick look back here. Denial. Ooh, great shot right there. Cupping that ball, sending it down the middle. A very strong and generally capable left hand attached to the shoulder of John Mayer. Ooh, yeah, very nice shot right there from Sean Scott, sending that one hard-angled right hand. Kind of a fadeaway slap. Beautiful stuff. Back with style and skill out here. Of course, you're just joining us. Welcome out. Jose Cuervo Pro Beach Volleyball Series Action. Championship Game 2, 12-8. Here's Scott.
Eagle-eyed Johnny didn't even flinch. Big swing cross court off the hands. We'll take a little break. 12-9, and ladies and gentlemen, the Miami Dolphins and the Jose Cuervo girls, make some noise for your Miami Dolphins. And if you want a Cuervo shirt, let me hear you make some noise. Oh yeah, all the celebrities are out. Les Brown, Keyshawn Randall, Trenton Hughes, Derek Dennis. Boys, we appreciate you coming out, supporting beach volleyball. We look forward to the season of the Miami Dolphins. And the Jose Cuervo girls. And series brought to you by Jose Cuervo. Party hard, play harder. Please remember to do it responsibly. Don't forget to stop by the Margarita Bar and grab yourself a nice cold Cuervo margarita on the rocks. And for those of you active fans, try our Cuervo Light Margarita, only 95 calories. So if you're sitting on the couch at home watching us, hey, get your Cuervo Light, man. 95 calories. How about a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for Jose Cuervo and the Miami Dolphins? Les, peace to Trenton and Derek. Thanks, fellas. It's time to get those boys some margaritas and VIP.
Oh, yeah. Dance it up, player. Making it happen. What a glorious coincidence. The Cats just on the weekend off up here from the Miami area. Enjoying South Florida, barbecuing right here in Fort Lauderdale, just hanging out and keeping it real. Thanks all you guys for coming out. Beautiful stuff as we are here in the midst of game number 2. Currently leading the series, Scott and Hyden. And leading here in game 2, 12-9, so a 3-point spread as we get back into the action right now. Here's Brad Keenan, 9-12, set to serve. Ooh, caught it kind of thick there. I don't know if you're a golfer, but definitely pounded that ball. Maybe thin. Maybe thin's the way to talk about that, but definitely sending it a bit long. Good for the point for the opposition, 13-9. Here's Hyden. And nice little left-handed tip just up and over the block right there. Certainly some questions and commentary between Sean Scott and our referee. Oh, great big set right there. Just jerking that ball back and over. Sean Scott making the best of it and sending that one off and beyond. Off the defender right there, so he's back to serve 14-10.
It's outstanding set by Johnny Hyden. And Sean Scott stepping back to serve.
A nice high hit right there for Brad Keenan. Off the block, looks like it was maybe just inside the shoulder there. Tough to see where the impact was, but unfazed. Scott steps back to receive. 11-14.
Brad Keenan going for the money ball. Just missing 15-11 on the scoreboard. Oh, Johnny Mayer dropping it like it's hot down the line. 12-15. And Brad Keenan with the block. And we'll switch sides, ladies and gentlemen. 15-13 here in game 2. What do you think, Fort Lauderdale? Let's take a look at the replay. Bradley Keenan catching the pokey shot. Blocking her down for the point. John Mayer stepping back to serve. Brad Keenan called over the net.
And let's take a look back here
replay
on the main screen. And both of the Titans standing well above the 6'4" mark, just making it happen out there. Here's Sean Scott set to serve, 16-13. Oh.
Brad Keenan stepping back to serve.
And of course, Sean Scott there cleansing the shades. Here's Brad Keenan, as you mentioned, 14-16.
Johnny Hyden whipping it down cross court for the point. 17-14.
Oh, nice big high touch right there from Brad Keenan. Swing it just down to the sand on the right. A very capable blocker, Sean Scott. I'm joined up here in the booth by Miami Dolphin tight end Les Brown. How you doing, player?
Doing well. How are you, man?
Hey, real good, real good. Nice to have you out here. Oh, and John Hyden placed it right down the middle and unable to return that. That's 18-15 here in game number 2. Les, how you feeling? What are you thinking?
Feeling good, man. These guys are tremendous athletes out here, running around, jumping in this sand. It's good stuff.
I couldn't agree more. Here's Sean Scott set to fire. 18-15. Go, John Mayer. Nice little cross-angle shot, top rolly right there. Sometimes it's finesse, Les.
A little misdirection there. I like that. That was nice.
A lot of big blocks have been seen already in the game. Here's Brad Keenan, 16-18. Oh yeah, and blocks like that, that's why those tricky, misleading shots are so necessary, Les. That's the program.
Yeah, I like that guy. I mean, he wasn't afraid to put his face in there, and he took one for the team. That's good stuff.
Here he is jumping up on the replay there. Oh yeah, getting right up in it, nice big block. And here he is set to serve. 17-18, Brad Keenan. Ooh, on to tricky and crafty stuff right there from Sean Scott. And that's going to bump things up 19-17. Now, Sean Scott and John Hyden, they won game one. So if they win here again, that's it. They take the Florida Open.
That's a wrap, huh? Well,
Indeed. So here's John Hyden back to serve, 19-17. Boom, top hook right there, firing it down. What an angle. That man is capable of with that big left hand.
yeah, Keenan and Mayer aren't going down without a fight. You can tell they're bringing the heat right now.
No doubt about that. Here's Mayer, 18-19. Big serve right there, putting it out on the line, wanting to get that point. That's going to make things 20-18, and we have match point. Oh, the tension.
Let's make some noise for it, Lauderdale.
Let's go, let's pump it up, crowd. Here's Sean Scott, match point. And they have done it, folks. Sean Scott and John Hyden, your 2012 Jose Cuervo Pro Beach Volleyball Series Florida Open champions.
Sweet victory.
Incredible victory right there, folks. There it is from the man, Les Brown, letting you know Miami Dolphins holding it down out here, enjoying the beach volleyball. And a huge round of applause out there, folks, for John Mayer and Brad Keenan, putting up quite a fight. But at the end of the day, Hyden and Scott take the bacon.
Thanks for having me up here, man. That's a lot of fun.
Hey, you bet. Thanks a lot, Les Brown, and thanks to all the Miami Dolphins out there for helping us out in today's broadcast. Beautiful stuff, folks, as we take a look back at the replay of championship point. Scott fires nicely. Big top rolling shot right there. Mayer with a good pass. Keenan sets. Mayer comes in with that left hand, and what a better way to end it with a huge block for the point from the hands of Sean Scott. Great stuff right there for the U.S. Open champions and the champions of the day right here today. Front and center, absolutely dominant throughout the weekend. Spectacular stuff from the #1 seed, and they end up in the #1 spot.
That's some good loot right there, 11 grand. Hey, not a bad day's work.
Not a bad day's work indeed. Well said. I got to be real with you, Les Brown. That's just the truth spilling from your lips out there. We'd like to thank all of you folks for coming out and enjoying a spectacular weekend here, folks. It's been beautiful. Thanks for bringing the weather and the intensity, all the enthusiasm. Truly has been something special. And in moments only, we're going to be sending things down to my boy, Matt Romanowski, and he's going to be letting us know what's going on as he delivers the cash, the bacon, the trophies, the spoils to the gents that are ready to rock and roll right now. Well, I guess they already have done a bit of rocking and a whole lot of rolling those balls inside the square for big points out there throughout the weekend. Absolutely outstanding performances from both teams out there. We've seen some serious heat both from the men's and women's side of the action here at the Cuervo tournament. And things have just been, well, I would say beautiful. Thanks to all our Jose Cuervo girls out there throwing away prizes, really just making it happen. All the volunteers out here as well, all of our judges, referees, and we are now ready, folks, descended down for the awards to Matt Romanowski.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing your Florida Open champions, Johnny Hyden and Sean Scott. Come on out here, fellas. Nice job, fellas. Congratulations. Great job. Johnny, great job. And ladies and gentlemen, presenting the check, Brian Radix, the brand director for Jose Cuervo, reminding us that Jose Cuervo started this off way back in the 70s, and they're still supporting the game of beach volleyball, and we really do appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, we're presenting the check to Johnny Hyden and Sean Scott. Brian, thank you. Your Florida Open champions, let me hear you make a little noise. Guys, you came to Florida last year, won that tournament in Miami. You kick off the year, biggest tournament, obviously starting off the year. How's it feel to start off the season this way?
It feels fantastic. I mean, we've been working really hard in the off season, and this is what we wanted to come do. We really appreciate the fans for getting out here too, and Jose Cuervo putting on such a great event. Thank you guys.
Sean Scott, you've been working on your jump serve in the off season, buddy. Just ripping it all day long. Talk about it.
Yeah, I did a lot of work this offseason to kind of keep the shoulder strong so I could jump serve a little more, add a little wrinkle to our game. And it worked today. Thankfully, the wind helped a bit too. Again, I'd like to thank Jose Cuervo and Zico, for making this all possible. Thank you, guys.
One more time, Fort Lauderdale, Hyden and Scott, your Florida Open champions. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank everybody for coming out on behalf of all of our sponsors here, the Jose Cuervo Pro Beach Volleyball Series Florida Open. And again, thank you everybody for tuning in and joining us. We really do appreciate it. And everybody have a safe and happy weekend. Thank you so much for supporting us. Fort Lauderdale, I'm Matt Romanowski. We'll see you later.
Thanks so much, Matt Romanowski, holding it down there, and truly has been an unbelievable weekend. More on the way as we continue the tour. As you can see, the television air schedule right here, NBC Sports Network. Be sure to tune in June 10th for coverage of this event and July 1st for the event in Belmar. And as you can see, all times 11 p.m. Eastern Time. So keep that noted right there, folks, and definitely tune in to see the action as it carries on. 6 stops throughout the season, and it truly is going to be something special. We'd just like to thank everyone for coming out here and really making this a tremendous success, and all of you tuning in online. Such a beautiful thing. Next stop, as you can see, Belmar, New Jersey, June 22nd through the 24th. If we can catch you there online, well, you should be cruising in. We'll be letting you know what's going on. And folks, it has been unbelievable. This has been a presentation of the Jose Cuervo Pro Beach Volleyball Series Florida Open. On behalf of Alex Curry, Matt Romanowski, and our entire crew, I'm Luke Van Valen. We'll see you in Belmar, New Jersey.